Hi class, today let's talk about how the subordinate chord is structured. Have you heard about its hierarchy?
Not really, teacher. Can you explain what's a hierarchy?
Listen carefully. It's like a ranking or order where different people have different levels of authority and responsibility. In the subordinate chord, it starts with magistrate and goes up to higher judge. Oh, I see. So, who's at the top? The chief judge oversees everything. Below them are district judge and magistrate who handle various cases. I see. So, everyone has a specific role? Exactly. Each level handles different aspects of the law to ensure fair trials and justice. That's really important. So, how do cases move through these levels? Good question. Cases start at the lower levels and can move up through appeals or depending on their complexity. That makes sense. It sounds like a lot of work to keep everything organized. Yes, it is, but it's necessary to make sure everyone's rights are protected and the law is upheld. Thanks for explaining, teacher. It's interesting to learn how courts work. You are welcome. So that's all for our class today. Understanding the hierarchy helps us see how justice is served step by step.
Hi, good morning everyone. Good morning, Teacher Amina. We are going to study about law today. Are you guys ready? Today, I will explain to you guys what is the jurisdiction of subordinate court. The subordinate court was established under the Lower Court Act 1948, under the Federation of Malaya Agreement 1948. I have a question, Teacher Amina. Is this court used only in West Malaysia? A very good question. From June 1, 1981, the acceptance and use of the Subordinate Court Act 1948 was extended to the states in Borneo, namely the states of Sabah and Sarawak as well. Do you guys understand? Understand, Teacher Amina? Alright. Next, under the Subordinate Court, there are two courts below it, namely the Session Court and the Magistrate Court. And you guys need to know that Session Court and Magistrate Courts are at the bottom of the court hierarchy. Next, I will give you guys an explain on Sessions Court first and then the Magistrate Court. For the Session Court, there are two categories, namely Civil Jurisdiction and Criminal Jurisdiction. The civil jurisdiction category will hear all claims made from 100,000 ringgit and not exceeding 1 million ringgit, such as motor vehicle accidents, landlords, and tenants. This shows that the session court has unlimited jurisdiction. In criminal jurisdiction, they will only hear all claims related to crimes except crimes that receive the death penalty. Now we are going to move on to the magistrate court. Magistrate court has two categories which are also the same as session court, namely civil jurisdiction and criminal jurisdiction. In civil jurisdiction, only for claims or disputes that are less than 100,000 ringgit Malaysia only. Next, under the criminal jurisdiction, they will hear all crimes that can be punished with a prison fine not exceeding 10 years. In addition, hear to the crime that can be fined and imprisoned not more than 5 years, fine not more than 1,200,000 ringgit or 12 times of whipping. Do you guys understand? Yes, we are, Teacher Amina, but I was a little scared to hear about the 12 times of whipping. Therefore, let's not do things that will harm ourselves and also destroy our future.
Hello, good morning class.
Good morning, Miss.
So, what are we going to learn today?
Great question, Anis.
Since the topic of the last day lesson was hierarchy and jurisdiction of the subordinate court, right? I therefore want to lecture on this topic once more today. Are you guys interested in finding out what it is?
Just wondering, why does these two exist and whether its existence is important for us to learn?
Of course, it is important, Adam. First of all, let me explain why hierarchy exists. It is to distinguish between the higher and lower courts, simplify administration and make it more efficient, allow an appeal to be made. Can you explain a little bit more of what appeal that can be made, Miss? The High Court can reconsider the decision of the lower court if the decision is wrong in terms of law.
Now I get it. Why does hierarchy need to be exist? I know, right? Without this hierarchy, the management of the country will be a mess.
Let's move on to the next one. Before I continue, is there any voluntary who want to share with us why does jurisdiction of the subordinate court exist?
Me, I wanna try it. I'm so sorry if it is wrong. I think all criminal cases that occur can be resolved promptly and fairly.
People will be afraid to commit crime with the assistance of this court. Lastly, all rights of each individual can be claimed. Good job everyone, that is all correct. Then, allow me to add on this. Firstly, it aims to avoid the danger of cruelty, or should I say, tyranny. Next, the doctrine of separation of powers can create and maintain leaderships, truce freedom and avoid nepotism by dividing power. Lastly, can create a checks and balance between the power. At least now we know why these two need to be exist in our country.